Hello everyone. In our 2-minute revision lesson, today, we shall be discussing the topic, laboratory experiments from research methods. Laboratory experiments are one of the main types of experimental methods used in psychology. They are conducted in controlled, artificial environments, such as a lab or a quiet room in a research facility. In this setting, the researcher manipulates the independent variable IV and measures the dependent variable dV to test for a cause and effect relationship. Because the environment is highly controlled, extraneous variables like noise, distractions, or differences between participants can be limited, which helps improve internal validity. An advantage of laboratory experiments is their high level of control. This allows researchers to ensure that any change in the dV is due to the IV and not something else. This also makes these experiments replicable, which means they can be repeated to test for reliability of the results. However, one limitation is that lab experiments often lack ecological validity. Since the setting is artificial, participants may behave differently than they would in real life. For example, acting more nervously because they know they're being watched. This is called demand characteristics, and it can lower the validity of the findings. Another weakness is the potential for experimenter bias. If the researcher unintentionally influences the participant, the results may be affected. To reduce this, psychologists may use double-blind procedures, where neither the participant nor the researcher knows which condition the participant is in. Let's consider an example in Bondora et al. S. 1961 study on aggression. Children were tested in a controlled setting, a nursery playroom. The researcher manipulated the models, behavior aggressive or non-aggressive, and measured how the children behaved afterwards. This is a classic example of a laboratory experiment. To sum up, laboratory experiments involve manipulating variables in a controlled setting to identify cause and effect. They offer high control and reliability, but may suffer from low realism and demand characteristics. Remember, the resource is always here for a quick, easy revision whenever you need a boost. I hope this was helpful. Thank you.